Hey guys, what's up? Today we're gonna work on getting the undercoating off the Dragon's frame. It's gonna get in the way of us putting a fresh coat of paint on there. So let's get it off of there, get it cleaned up, see how far we get. Check it out. All right guys, I'm gonna be out here a couple years probably doing this. Check back in a few years. It's gonna be a while. Oh man. It's it's coming off. It's just, it's everywhere. I mean, they completely covered the frame and it helped. You can see where I'm taking it off and it's bare metal underneath there. Where it's fallen off in the past, there's rust. But this is where I just chipped it away. You can even see some of the original black paint that it protected. And then there's the original clean metal. Hasn't been exposed, been covered by this undercoating. So in order for us to paint this properly and protect it, we need to get all this off. And this is the best way to do it. Peeling it off with this. And it's a little cooler than normal, so it's probably helping. It's probably in a little harder form than it would be if it was 90 degrees out here. It's about 60 right now, so that's helping, I think. So between that scraper and this scraper and this pick, it's coming off. But it's gonna take time. This is definitely a labor of love right here, boy. It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while. Pretty big frame too, so about as big as I get. And we gotta get in all these areas here. You know, once we knock most of it off, then we can come back and hit it with the sandblaster, wet blaster, whatever ends up working. There's some chunks like this that are just flaking off over time, but it's all over. Underneath too, you go up under here, under everything, every crevice. They sprayed them pretty good, so it's gonna take a while. I'm probably gonna take the bumper off so I can get up under there. That bumper needs some work anyway. Let's see if we can get that bumper off. I gotta take a break from that scraping. It's driving me crazy. Even if it's just for a minute. Came off pretty good. Try that again. Luckily it didn't fall on my toes. Haven't been disappointed in this thing yet. It's a beast. It's a beast. Let's see, what do we got here? Should be it, right? Yep. Ooh, that thing's got some weight to it. Oh, wow. We'll try to save it, see if we can save it solid. Pretty solid. Oh yeah, got some good access here. Many hours later. Still chipping away at it, guys. I'm just kind of, you know, I told myself I'm just gonna start here and stay on this frame, and I keep jumping around and just, it's hard to stay focused on this. You get on a roll, and then you get distracted or whatever, but I've been sharpening this with my little grinder. That helps out a little bit. Once we get all of this off, we're gonna mess around with the blaster. Darren gave me this thing I'm gonna try. I wanna try this out, see how this works. I don't know if it's any good. It looks like it's been used and abused. The tip is a little worn out, so this one might not work very good, but we'll see how that goes. I was thinking about getting one of those big blast air dry blast tanks from Harbor Freight. They're like 120 bucks or whatever. But, you know, once we get all this done, and we'll do a combination of grinding and sanding and blasting, it's gonna be nice. That's loud and dusty. Let's break out the Milwaukee and see how that one does. I'm just having some fun here, guys. Here's the Harbor Freight unit. Obviously, it's a lot more economical unit, and this is the Milwaukee. This is a great unit for the price. I mean, the battery dies pretty quick, but it's lighter. You know, you got a smaller battery, so it's lighter, but the actual unit themselves are about the same size. I'm sure the Milwaukee is built a little tougher, and you got the big battery. It's probably gonna have a bigger engine and more power. Sounds more powerful. Let's play with that for a minute. Using 40 grit. You could do the whole frame like that, I guess, if you wanted to. It'd be hard to get into some of these tight spots, so that's where the blaster really comes in. That's where a blaster is going to come in. It's going to be able to get in all those tight spots. But, you know, I'm just messing around here a little bit. I've also got this little one that works good for tight spots, and it gets fast. Obviously, you don't want to try to take the undercoating off with these because it just turns it into hot rubber. Mike F was saying maybe use a torch, try to melt it off. I don't have the torch here. I'll have to bring it tomorrow, but it's going to be a multi-day process getting this frame clean for sure. So stick with me. It's going to be nice. Suggestions, comments, tips, comment below, guys. Undercoating, be gone. Ah, it's still there. It's still there. All right, guys, it's the next day. I've been chipping away at the undercoating a little bit. In between kind of chipping away at the undercoating and the dirt and everything, I've been messing around with a couple different grinders and stuff. And let's see what this Eastwood tool does on it. got a little on and off switch here. Trigger, air hose, that should be it. Only issue might be this tip is worn out. Let's see what happens. I'll put my respirator on and goggles. Hey, it works pretty good. Yeah, it works pretty good. It just runs out pretty fast. So a big project like this, you're gonna have to stop and fill it up quite often. But it works great. Not bad. Let's hook up that wet blaster and see how that works. All right, guys. Well, not so much luck with this thing. Started off okay, but water got in here, and as soon as water gets in here, it's not going to flow. The bucket's dry, but water sprayed back through the nozzle here. Somehow got down in this hose. You can see it dripping in there. And when it was working, you know, it worked a little bit here. I could see the potential if we can keep that from leaking, and probably a more powerful pressure washer. But honestly, I kind of preferred the dry. I like the idea that there's no dust with the wet. I do like that. It's not working very good. So comment below, maybe I did something wrong, but first impressions on that, not good. First impressions on this thing, freaking awesome. But this is limited by the size. I'm gonna get one of those tanks from Harbor Freight or Northern Tool, one of those big dry blast tanks, and we're gonna try that. I think that's gonna do what we need to do. Blast this whole frame, and that's gonna be the next experiment. But I do like trying these different things to see what works and what doesn't.